Hello everybody, welcome to Nana's Journey. I'm Deanna, and today I'm going to make a spinning star quilt. It's going to be 57 by 79, and the fabrics that I'm using are from the collection Wordsmith, but it's old and no longer available. I don't think you can get it anywhere. The green, however, is not from that collection, and it is from the Everlastings collection by Sally Gervais for Moda. I'm not sure how to say that name. And the background is Eyelet Ivory by Fig Tree and Company. Now that you can still get. The rest is really old, and I'm trying to clean some fabrics out of my closet. I've got, for the background, I've cut 4 9.5-inch squares, 4 10-inch squares, and those are already marked. You just take your 1/2-inch ruler and go from corner to corner. Actually, I had to take a regular ruler, and I just used a 1/4 inch from corner to corner and then drew on the side. You can also just draw a line from corner to corner and sew a 1/4 inch on each side. But the pieces that need to be marked are marked. I believe this one's marked as well, because I will need 1/2 square triangles with these two fabrics, the medium and the light, 1/2 square triangles with the light and the background and the dark, and 1/2 square triangles with the background and the light. And these are 9-inch finished blocks. So I need 10-inch squares so that I can make 2 at a time. I need 1 10.5-inch square cut diagonally both ways so that you have the 4 triangles. And I did the same with that with a dark 1 10.5-inch triangle done both ways. For the mediums, I've got 2 10-inch squares, 2 10.5-inch squares cut diagonally once, and again that's for this combination unit right here. That's the first one we're going to work on. And then I've got, for the borders, I've got my 6.5-inch strips cut. I will put them together later so that they are the right length. It should come out to 45.5 and 58. For the dark, I've got my 2 10-inch squares and and then the 1 10.5-inch square cut diagonally both ways. For the center, I've got a dark. It's just a different dark. And I've also made the arrows. I'm just going to applique them on. This background piece, it's 10.5 by 58, and I am just going to applique these arrows on. These are 3-inch to the highest point and 19 inches wide. So you can make your own template for that. And you'll need 12 of those. And then I've got my 8 by binding strips, and you'll need about 5 yards for the backing. I'm going to have to piece my backing, but hopefully there'll be enough of this. This is also the Wordsmith, and you need 5 yards. So to start, we're going to need, you need all of these units, this combination unit, they all need to have the dark and the white in the same spot. You don't want mirror images. So what was easiest for me, since I'm looking at it this way, I put the dark that same direction, right side up. I put the light, same, whoops, wait a minute, sorry. Is that right side? Yeah, right side up. Okay, so now it makes that triangle. And I'm going to fold it over so the right side's together and pin the side that I am going to sew. Okay, so that's the side I sew. Then when I'm done, I will open it up, iron it towards the dark, take my green, sew, and then iron it towards this piece. So that is how we're going to do that. And then the rest are just half square triangles that we've seen many times. Just put the squares right sides together. Going to sew on the lines, cut in between, press it open, pressing towards the dark side, and then trim it to 9.5 inches. So let me get to that and we'll be back. Okay, I've got everything pressed and trimmed, and now we can start putting the center together. The only thing that I would change is you basically just had to cut off the dog ears. I don't like my blocks being that close in case I'm a little too skinny. I would change these 10-inch squares to 10.5 inch to give me some wiggle room and something to trim with. So let's put some of these together. So I'm going to need, for the top row, right side up, and then this. I'm going to have to squish these over a little. Then we've got our combination unit, which goes this way. A half square triangle that goes this way. And then another corner piece that will go there. And then we've got a dark piece that's going to go this way. A solid medium. And then this. So these are going to make one big triangle. And another solid piece. And then another combination unit. Okay, well there's the first 2 rows. well, I can lay out the other one. Nope, I don't have room for 2 more rows. So that's how the rows are going to be done. The bottom 2 will just like be the reverse. So I just need to get these sewn together. Looks like I've missed a dog ear. Okay, so there's 1 row. Okay, I've more neatly pinned these, and any half square triangle that has this light fabric gets pressed towards that fabric. I have the rows sewn, and I've double checked and made sure the pattern was correct. Now I just need to sew the rows together, and then I will have this unit, and then I can put the borders on. Okay, I'm ready to do the border with the arrows on it. And what I did is I drew a line all the way down at a 1.5 inch mark, and another one at a 4-inch mark from here to here. It's 4 inches. Well, before I did that, I folded it in half to get the center line. Then I drew the lines because this is friction pin and it'll iron off, so you want to do your fold line first. And then I measured 9.5 inches on each side, and this is where the points will go. Now I'm going to put some glue on the edges corner. I want to get that lined up. Hopefully these will match. I did a stack at a time, and so some of them did not come out as good as they would have if I had not done so many at once. So, and then once I glue it down, I am also going to pin that as well, so that it doesn't move while I'm sewing the others. I just don't want to mess with it again. And then when I applique, I'll just come all the way down and then go up and do the zigzag part. Okay, so that is ready to applique. When I'm done appliquing it, I will attach it to the quilt. It'll just be easier if I don't have all that bulk at the sewing machine. So let me get that ready to go. Okay, I have my open toe presser foot in. I have my zigzag stitch set at a width of 1.9 and a length of 0.9. And I'm just going to, I've got my threads changed, so. Okay, now that I have the applique sewn on, I've got it pinned to the top and the bottom of the quilt, and I'm just going to sew it on. It was pretty easy to put together because the middle is just like one big block, so you're not doing a whole bunch of blocks. And then the applique was kind of fun, and I like the touch that it adds. So let me get this quilted, and then I'll show you what it's like when it's finished. Okay, here it is. The quilt is all finished. It's all bound. I used a new presser foot, Bernina 71, and I really like binding with that. Sorry, I totally forgot to press record when I was recording, but this is finished. So here's the front, And then the back, I was going to do some lines for the quilting, but I knew they wouldn't match the backing, and that would drive me nuts if, you know, the lines didn't match. So this was a nice, easy, quick quilt. And I want to thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you next time on Nana's Journey.